Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. It is March 25th. It's 7:22 in the morning. Coming to y'all pretty late, only because I got up in time. But I decided to take today off. Because my daughter's gonna bring two of the oldest two grandbabies out. They just kept, Grandma Sheena, can we come? Can we come? And it's okay. I don't see them all the time, right? I want to spend time with them as much as I can. All my grandkids, if I could. But the problem is I work from home, so it's a little difficult. I can't do anything with them really. I'm working all day, and by the time I get off, the sun is going down. It's not really anything that we can do, and it can't be, too loud. And it's one room, really. But they want to come, and so and my daughter can use the break. So why not? Why not? So I just took this morning off just so that I can, just kind of get situated. Alright guys, doggone light is kind of, I get that light right. It's just in my eyes. So yeah, I just took this morning off just to get, be situated when they get here, and then just be ready in the morning. We'll all be on the same accord. But I look forward to seeing them. I just really be glad when I get in that place, that's in that space in life where I can get myself a townhome or something, land, something, so that I can spend more time. And I really want something that I can, make my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even have to be 100% done. As long as the plumbing and all of that, the major things work, and the walls are painted white, because I'm not finna try to paint nothing. As long as that's done, it's like, I want a bare box to kind of just do what I want to do. That would be so amazing. Oh my God, to put these little ideas in my head together, y'all. But anyway, yeah, Alexa said it was gonna be like in the 60s today, and I'm praying that the mechanic is able to get my car up and running. The money that I had for my tire yesterday, I spent to get a couple of things to eat or whatever, but it's alright. I still have a few dollars left that I put aside. I'm not gonna touch it. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it because I definitely have to get that rim. So yeah, that's a must. I asked him yesterday, I called him back yesterday, because there's another part that he forgot to get before, and I forgot about it too. And it's the part that it kind of, it's like it goes from, the best way I can explain it, it goes from my wheel to the something that plugs up under the hood, the engine, and it takes show it's in, without this part connected, my ABS light is always on. My ABS and my brake light is always on. Even if there's nothing wrong with the brakes, that light is always on. Right? Now, the wheel traction light has always been on too as of late, which tells me that had a lot to do with whatever's going on under there in that front with them tires. Hopefully once this axle and everything is together, like I said, there's still other things that have to be done, but I can't even get to the stuff that been needed to get done because more stuff keep happening. Oh. And it's okay. Like I said, I don't worry about things no more. And I feel so much lighter, so much better saying that, doing that, and feeling that. I just try to stay focused, not make any stupid mistakes, not spend unnecessarily. I did spend unnecessarily yesterday, but I feel like I deserved it. You know, I just, it was okay. So, y'all, yesterday, oh my God, yesterday, Sunday, church was awesome. Another amazing day. My dad delivered the word on Sunday. First of all, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hey, ho. Hey, ho. Happy Monday. Let me start off with that. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Happy, beautiful Monday. It is a beautiful day indeed, man. Guys, all the word was once I get everything situated, I recorded his sermon. I also recorded the Sunday before. Dr. Cranberry. I always get, oh God, I'm gonna get it right. Oh, she was amazing too. She delivered the good news, and then my dad came in and delivered more good news. And it was just awesome. It was just awesome. It was just awesome, y'all. If y'all don't have a church home, find one. Find one. If you can find a good channel. Sunday school was beautiful too. The word was amazing. It was about the resurrection of Jesus. And it's crazy because before I even knew that was a Sunday school lesson, I had already watched a picture. Remember I was telling y'all about how, we've seen a lot of them, but my thing was on autoplay, and I was watching something else and nodded off, and then woke up to this, and it was about, Jesus from the time he was born up until the time he was crucified. And, we went over that in Sunday school, and for me to have watched the picture, seen it, and then to read, it was even easier for me to understand what was going on when we read it, right? It's like sometimes when you buy a good book and you read it and then the movie comes out, you want to go and see the movie to see if it's anything like how you read it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we read things and we understand what we read different than maybe what the reader wanted it to come off as, but yeah, this cat, yo, when I woke up this morning early, I was like, okay, I'm gonna lay back down right till 6 o'clock, and not knowing that it was 6:24, but he knew. This cat, y'all, he kept doing stuff that he knows was irritating me, and he knows that it irritates me because when he did it, he kept doing it until I said something, and then he would come over here and look at me, and then if I laid back down, he would go back and do it again until I say something. Then he'd come over here and look at me like, girl, get up, I'm hungry. He was not playing with me this morning. You gonna get up. I am going to keep doing everything that irritates you until you get up. So I got up, said my prayers, and sure enough, boy, he was all over my feet. And I went ahead and got his food like he was excited. Now he calmed down and going about his business. I mixed his soft food and hard food together. And he was excited about that. Gave him some fresh, cold water. Yeah, buddy, is he excited. Oh, y'all, my allergies and sinuses, I guess, are acting up this morning again. I had to use my machine a little bit. my nose and stuff, my eyes are watery, nose running, and I know in my eyes I keep rubbing my eyes because they irritate me. But what makes it worse is the cream that I have on my face is thick, and I put it around my eyes too, because y'all know my eyes are bruised really bad, and they're actually a lot better, but because I put it around my eyes, when I rub my eyes, that cream kind of, I think, irritates my eyes, and that's what is causing it too, because that irritation too. But I have to have the cream on there. I have to. But yeah, guys, I watched last night. Pray, not pray Pray, but pray Prey, and it was okay. It was okay. Now, the young lady in the movie, she heavily believed in the Lord, and she was there in Africa trying to teach children, and she cared and she loved and this, that, and the other, right? You know how you have the white ladies, the white people go out and they try to fix things, and her husband was a doctor. So it came on with him sitting there with blood dripping off his hands and stuff, and he was trying to save a kid's life, but the medical supplies did not come. So what he needed to save that boy's life, and he kept saying something so simple to save this kid's life. Here it is, a kid full of life, and I couldn't save it because I don't have the equipment. Like he really cared. He was a doctor that really wanted to help. She's a young lady, his wife, who really wanted to help. She's teaching them and so on and so forth. So one of the guys in the village came and said, "Hey, we got to go." He's like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Y'all have to go." He said, "Now." He was like, "What do you mean?" And they're, I forget what you call them, rebels or whatever. They were trying to take American hostages, right? So the man went and told his wife, "We got to get out of here." And she was like, "Why?" He told her, da 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 da. And she's like, but she's asking all these questions. He said, "We have to go." So she said, "Okay, let me take the kids back to the village and, we can go." And so that's what she did. She took the kids back. And so the guy that's supposed to be bringing the supplies, right? Just so happened he was there, and he was the way out. And so there were this man and his girlfriend, the young boy, a black guy, this man and his wife. So it's a total of 6 of them, plus the pilot. So I'm trying to think, what's the boy in the front? So anyway, the black guy was hired, I guess, to get the young boy back home. Now he's a cocky white kid, privileged, spoiled, and so when the black guy, guy came and said, "Hey, the plane is here, let's go," and the white boy gonna look at him and say, "Okay, get the bags." And black guy said, "Get your own bags. I wasn't hired to carry your bags." The white boy's like, I'm like, whoa. So they get on the plane, and the guy told him, no luggage. And they're like, "What you mean no luggage? We have our things." He said, "No luggage." And the guy was like, "People have to take their things." And he said, "Nope." He said, "Whatever can sit in your lap, other than that, no luggage." Because that plane, he knew, was at its capacity. So they on the plane, and everything fine at first, but then the plane was just kind of rocky, and it was like, "Everything all right?" He was like, "I know what I'm doing. In fact, everything was rocky." And the one guy got up, the black guy, he said, "Hey, you sure everything is all right?" He walked to the front, and the guy was like, "Sit back down, everything's fine." Da, 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 da. And so then the doctor got up. He said, "Listen, I took some courses, and I don't think everything's fine." So what the black guy got up and said was, aside from, "Is everything all right?" He said, "Is the plane overweight?" Because it would make sense if it is landed, put some stuff off, right? In my mind. But the dude was like, "No, it's fine, it's fine." So anyway, as he's constantly talking about it's fine, all of a sudden, black smoke and the plane go down. All you hear, plane go down. Next thing you know, they all waking up. Now, she was stuck. She was on the plane. Plane was cut in half. It was a little plane. It was cut in half, and she was in it, and her leg was stuck up under something. And the husband was like, "Come help me pull her." And they pulled her, and that metal that her leg was stuck on just was pulling her skin. She was like, "Ah!" And the guy was like, "Wait, stop." He's like, "No, you're damaging her more. She's stuck." Basically, as opposed to pull it, you would think he would have said, "Help me lift whatever it is on her off." Why would you pull? That's stupid. But they weren't thinking. So anyway, he ended up having to, wrap up her leg or whatever, which he didn't do very good. Like, there's blood. Y'all out there in the open, in the desert. I'd have been wrapping her leg up till you couldn't smell nor see nothing. Because that's like blood out there. It's just like blood in the water with sharks, right? So when dude was looking around, it was like, and he told them where they were. They was like, the black guy was like, "Oh my God, no." And he was like, they were like, "What?" There's like, we're in where they landed in Africa. It was just nothing but wild game. Like, y'all the targets, y'all dinner, right? Everything out there is trying to kill you, and especially the lions. They're hunting, right? They showed this big lion. I think he got a whiff of her blood. And he doing that. And it was like, wow. He was like, they will be here when the sun go down. These lions. We need to get out of here. And so we need to carry her. I'll help you carry her. We got to go. And she was like, "No, I can't." She was like, "I'll be all right. Y'all go ahead and get help." And her husband was like, "I'm going to stay with her." And it was like, this is crazy. And she was like, "I have faith." Now, here's my thing. I also have faith. God is good, but we can't sit and do nothing. Depending on the situation, you have to know when to, and it's easier said than done. We have to know when to just sit and wait. In a situation like this, that man said faith. It's okay to have faith. Have faith that you can get up and walk, and get to where we got to go. How about have faith in that, in God helping you do that, as opposed to you laying up here being a buffet. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. I don't think anybody with faith would tell you, we have faith, let's just lay here and wait to be eaten. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Get up with that faith and move, right? So he said, okay. So they left the two of them. And one guy was like, "Listen, we're not going the right way." Now, this was the guy who his girlfriend was killed automatically. So that's why it's just 5 of them now. And so he was like, we're going the wrong way. We need to be going west. And the guy that drove the plane, he was like, "No, this is the way to go." Da 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 da. When they get over something, they didn't see the village, and the guy said, "You know what? I made the wrong turn." And so this is when the other guy just went off, grabbed his gun, and was like, "Wrong turn? You don't know where you're going. I told you it's west. I know where I'm going." And he's not a killer, obviously. So the dude that drive the plane was like, he just walked away from it. Like, if you're gonna shoot, you're gonna shoot. He walked away from him. He said, I know where I'm going. If you want to live, follow me. And he left it at that. Look, I made a wrong turn. He left it at that. But at this time now, it's getting late, so we're gonna have to go back to the village, to the plane, and kind of recuperate, because the sun is finna go down. And the reason in his mind he's thinking we're gonna go back because he said, okay, so what ended up happening is the young boy who said we gotta go west, he went off on his own. So now it's just the guy that drove the plane, the black guy, and the young boy, right? So the three of them go back. And they get back to the plane. When they get back to the plane, there's blood everywhere. And so what happened was, the lion came and he got that woman. He got her. And the husband was mad. He jumped on that dude and was trying to choke the hell out of him. Almost killed him. You killed my wife. No, you killed your wife. I told you we had to go. Y'all laid up here talking about faith. You killed your wife. You and your wife. She committed suicide, and you basically. But anyway, he said, I told you. Y'all wanted to stay. I told you had to leave. That they were coming. And so the guy in the plane says, listen, and they're coming back. They ate, they know that there's food here now. There's, blood, and they're going to come back. And so he was telling them, I'm sorry, guys. I know I need to cut this mess, redo it, actually. He was telling them, the front of the plane, where the cockpit where he drive, he said we would be safe there overnight. Shut it, close it. We would be safe. They can't get in there. However, it's only enough room for 2. If we push it, squeeze it, 3. So that leaves 1 person out. So they had to draw rock, paper, scissors or something to see who got left. And it was the young boy. He's like, y'all can't leave there. And they were like, look, the dude told him, build a fire, keep that fire going. You'll be all right. And the young boy looked at the black guy, said, you stay instead. You were hired to take care of me, to bring me back. He started laughing. The black guy said, And so then the white boy looked at the black guy as he walking away. He said, I'll give you $1 million. And the black guy turned around and said, you people are all the same. He continued to laugh and walk off like, what? But here's my thing. So the guy helped, he built a fire for him and told him, through all his wood, and he told him, keep that fire going. It's going to, you know what I'm saying, that'll keep him away. And so, they all crawl up in there in that pit. Now, my thing was, I feel all 4 of them could have gotten in there. It would have been, in my opinion, sit no laps. Yes, y'all grown ass men, but think about it. The black guy was squared up against the door. The white guy the doctor was in the middle, leaning forward, and then the pilot, the one that crashed the plane, was to the left, squeezed up. So that boy could have got in there. He could have sat squeezed up all the way to the left, or on somebody's lap. Y'all just would have had to make it do. That's how I feel. We all could have slept quietly, barricaded that door, and been okay. The fire started to go down a little bit. The boy got up. He put more wood on the fire, but he was so sleepy. The pilot was like, I gotta pee. So he gets up and goes and pee, but he leaves the door open. So when he goes to pee, a snake goes right in the door. They don't see the snake, right behind his legs in the door, and the boy sitting there asleep. And that's when the guy woke him up and said, dude, stay awake. You have to keep that fire going. Stay awake. And so the boy put more wood on the fire, and he laid down and went to sleep. Next thing you know, the fire went out. The fire went out, and when the fire went out, all you saw was these eyes. They was waiting. That fire went out, and all you heard was, ah! They got that boy that was eating his butt up, and the doctor was like, we can't do this. This is humane. We have to help him. He said, how we gonna help? We ain't gonna do nothing but go out there and be part of the meal, like, basically. And so the doctor was gonna open the door and go out there and help. As soon as he opened the door, the tiger was right there. They had to hurry up and try to close it, and the black guy and the pilot was struggling to, close it. And it was like, okay, come on, help. He sitting there, the doctor looking, staring, because the snake then wrapped itself around the black dude's leg. And then instead of him saying anything about it before, he's staring, and then he gonna say snake. I'm like, what an idiot. But I get it, who says what we would have done in that situation? Because none of us have been in that situation that I'm aware of. I know I haven't. So the black guy's like, ah! And sure enough, the snake bit him. Good thing was, as soon as he bit him, the pilot stepped on the snake, just stomped him to death. But as soon as he bit him, the doctor was like, we got to get the venom out. And so he said, give me something. He told him, bite on this. And the black guy was like, what are you? He said, bite on it. And he cut where he was bit. And he squeezed and got that venom, just got it out. He said, you're going to be okay now. You're going to be okay. So obviously they slept throughout the night. Got up. The boy was gone. And the guy was like, I'm done. The doctor, he said, I'm going to sit right here. He said, I'm going to sit right here. If this is where I'm going to die, this is where I'm going to die. He said, I'm not going no further. I'm not doing nothing else. He was like, it just, I'm supposed to help people. I'm saving is supposed to help people, not allow them to die. And you know what I'm saying? He was like, this is your fault. He said, I couldn't save that boy because instead of you bringing the supplies like you supposed to, you out here smuggling. He says, this why? And the black guy was like, what are you talking about? And he said he's a smuggler. And the black guy looked at him, really? That's why the plane was overweight. That's why we couldn't take luggages. That's why we don't get our supplies and things, because instead of you doing what you're supposed to do, you're doing other things. Crazy. But anyway, they ended up seeing the white guy said, I'm going to stay right here and just wait on God. Whatever's going to happen. And that's when the pilot saw, as he was walking to kind of see what was going on with the area, he saw some trucks coming. He was like, oh, God, your God has saved us. They're coming, there's trucks. And so they was all excited. But then as the trucks were coming closer, the white guy realized, these are the people they were running from in the first place. And sure enough, they came with their guns and, they saw what was in the plane. It was like, oh, you're poachers. Because the black guy was trying to say, hey, no, they're good people. We're just trying to get back. And they looked at him and they said, oh, so you are basically like a houseboy. Is what, how they called black folks back in the day. I knew this looked weird. It's upside down. This pillow. I wonder if the other one upside down too. I'll check in a minute. But yeah, so the black guy kept trying to, intervene. It's like, no, and they shot him right in the head, in the ear. Whoop! I was like, well, dang. I guess there was no need for him because they got what they wanted, American hostages. And so I think it was 4 of them. I can't remember, but let's say it was 4, and 2 of them decided to take all the rhino horns the dude was poaching back somewhere, and so they left, and they left 2 guys with the hostages. And the one guy said, when they come back, we gonna kill y'all. Basically, we gonna kill y'all. He said, as a matter of fact, he told the doctor, he said, I'm going to let you run. And then I'll shoot. They had that. It was a funny, not a funny accent, but they had an accent, and the way he was saying what he was saying was kind of funny. He said, let you run, did I shoot? And so at this point, the doctor was just over it. Like I said, he stopped talking. He was just like, they put a gun to his head. He just, I trust God. If it's time for me to go, it's time to go. I'm not finna fight you about it or nothing else. I'm over it. And so while they had him sitting there, the African guys asked him, hey, you want some water? And the doctor was like, yes, please, please, please. So the dude was finna take him some water and say, ha ha, I'm just playing with you. Poured it on the ground, drank some himself, and then poured it on the ground. And the doctor just, and so they sitting there asleep, and the doctor fell over, and the guy, the pilot was like, I'm not finna die like this. So he got up and eased up and walked up to the dude while he was sleeping. Then the dude woke up and was about to shoot him, was out of bullets. I said, boy, if that wasn't God, he was out of bullets. But the other one woke up, so now they, battling and struggling. And then that's when the doctor jumped in there. And I don't know if I nodded off right there or I got up to do something, I forget. But I didn't see exactly how it happened, but the doctor ended up getting shot, I think, in the leg. But they did take the two guys out, and they decided to, walk. Now, my thing is, unless maybe it was out of bullets too, but I still would have grabbed the gun to use to fight with. It was a rifle. Now, they couldn't stay and lock themselves in the plane because the other guys were going to come back eventually, right? So you were going to get killed or whatever. And I guess it was only one truck, and they had it. So they decided, okay, we got to get out of here. We got to walk. So he's helping the doctor walk. He says, I'm not going to let you die. He said, yes, I made a lot of mistakes, and I need a second chance. I need to make it right. I have to save your life. And so the doctor was like, okay, he was trying to walk. He's like, I'm just tired. And so dude was walking with him and everything. My thing is, I would have grabbed those two rifles. That way, maybe there's no bullets in it, but at least I have some sort of weapon that I can use to try to defend myself, stabbing at them, something. But they didn't. They're walking, and they get to this really brick mountain or whatever, and the guy was like, once I get you over this, we can get to the village. So they try, he's trying to help the doctor up that rock. Finally the doctor get up there, and the doctor's like, I just need to lay here for a minute. I have to. And so the dude was like, okay, fine. He said, there's good news and bad news. And he told him the good news, and then he said, what's the bad news? And he looked over and saw them damn lions. He said, there is no bad news. He couldn't tell him. So the lions are right there at the rock, at the foot of the rock, because they following the smell of the dude's blood. And they smell it on the rocks and everything, but they don't see anybody. So because they're quiet and they don't see anybody, the lion's about to turn around and leave, thinking, okay, they're gone. But then I think a bird, something happened where they dropped poop or something, made a noise. And because that happened, the lions turned back around like, do I hear something? And they were like, the guy was like, oh God. And then to make matters worse, there was a scorpion. Now the scorpion crawled up dude's shoulder, and he tried not to move. He quiet, he not saying a word, he being still. And the scorpion crawled up him off, and then onto the dude, the doctor that was laying on the rocks. And the doctor was out, and the dude was telling the doctor, please don't move, don't. And the dude was just, and he was out. And I was like, oh my God, that man is gonna wake up and get killed. And it looked like the scorpion was about to his tail was up, and that's when the doctor had to, the pilot, the white guy, the other guy, that's when he had to, shoosh it away. But in doing that, you made even more noise, and sure enough, that lion was like, oh yeah, they up there. So now the lions are trying to climb up on the bricks. They jump and trying to get up there. And so now the doctor is waking up. And so the dude was like, we definitely don't have no chance now, especially with him and his leg like that. We can't take off running. We can't do nothing. He said, so he told the doctor, he said, he says, I have to make it right. He said, I have to save your life. He said, please keep doing your wife's work. You know, keep trusting your God. Keep doing what it is that she was doing. Keep trying to help people. And so all the time as he was talking, he was taking the dude blood. He was dipping his shirt in the dude blood and wiping it on himself. And the doctor's like, what are you doing? What are you? And he said, I'm going to give you time to get out of here. And so the doctor's like, no. And the white guy, he got up off the bricks and he called the tigers, and he started to run. Obviously, he fell. Like, why did you fall? That didn't make no sense to me. I'm like, I never could understand that. You know the situation is dire. Why you tripping over stuff? Why, dude, run. You know what I'm saying? Run. Get you a stick, something to defend yourself with. Up a tree, something. There was no tree out at the moment, but I would have ran as until they caught me. It wouldn't have been because I tripped and fell. No, dude, tripped and fell. I was like, you didn't even get far before you fell. Anyway, the doctor got on up and started trying to walk till he couldn't walk no more. He just fell, and when he woke up, he was hallucinating, seeing his wife walking toward him, and she leaned over. She was calling his name, but in actuality, it was the guy in the village that told him that they needed to leave. I guess he found out about the plane or whatever, and came and got him. Came and found him, and it was crazy because just before that correction, whole freaking correction, before that happened, the dude is walking and he's looking at, it was some hyenas coming toward him. It was two of them, and they were walking toward him, and they get up to him and they go, you know, hyenas, all that, and he looking, he said, wow. He said, so this is how I'm gonna die? He looked up at the sky. He said, this is how I'm gonna die, Lord. So he said, well, if that's the case, he looked back and there was this tree broke up or whatever, and he grabbed the branch from that tree and he picked up that branch. They looked at him and he looked at them. Who satisfies you with good so that your youth is renewed like the eagles? And they just started charging at one another. Them hyenas was coming for him, and he was gonna fight. He had this stick. He was ready. He was and just then, lightning, a bolt of lightning came out the sky. In the middle of them went BAM! Backed him up and backed the hyenas up. The hyenas not only backed up, they turned around and ran away. And he looked up, he said, what? You know that wasn't nothing but God. And all of a sudden it just started raining. Wow, he just laid down on the ground with his back and opened his mouth and let the water. Boy, if that wasn't God. And then that's when he, fell asleep, hallucinated, and they were there. I said, wow. But God. One moment, you guys. So I liked it. It was good. It was good. You had those moments where you like, what? Why would they do that? How come? But it was really good. I liked it. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm so hot. Woo! I turned the radiator off. Honestly, it's gonna be 67. I gotta take this garbage out too. I got these dollar store bags, which are a bit cheaper, as you know. And by cheaper, I mean the material. So you really can't put a whole lot in them. And I was getting rid of a lot of stuff out that refrigerator. So, you don't want it to smell. And the bag is not completely full. But in this case, you don't want to completely fill it up because the material is so thin. Anyway, guys, I have an idea. So I was sitting here last night, right? I had so much on my mind last night. It was just crazy. Like I said, with the kids and everything, it's a last minute thing. They want to come see Grandma Sheena, and I want them to come see me. Like I said, all 4 of them at first was coming, and then none of them were coming, and then 2 of them were coming, then 3 of them were coming, then 5 of them were coming, and now it's back down to 2. So it was a little back and forth-ish, basically because the kids just want to do something different. It's their spring break, but we work. All the adults, we work, and so it's hard, and I just hate that so much, but I'm sitting here last night, and I started to get up and work on it last night, part of it, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna wait, and hopefully they'll do it right. He come get his morning hug. Yeah, your morning hug. So my idea was this. So I was watching, the TV was on, and you know how you can see the background of the picture or whatever, but they're not talking because where they were, but then to give you a preview. So it's a YouTube husband and wife that I watch sometimes, right? He is, I forget what he has, but he's in like this wheelchair. It's a high chair. He's really, like he has a big head, his regular head, but his body is small. Like his chest is, kind of big, but his legs are, small, and his hands are kind of, but she's full grown woman, and so, but they had a daughter, and everybody would ask questions like, how did y'all, have a kid, and how, whatever. She said, we still, they were like, did you have kids? And which is a valid question. How did y'all do it? Did you do it normal? And she was like, yes, we had normal, just like everybody else. And one of the concerns, his concern was, he was worried that the baby would have whatever it is that he has, and sure enough, she does. And I forget what it is that he has, but yeah, she has it too. And she's just the cutest little thing, but yeah, she's, tiny kind of. Anyway, a video was about to come up, and like I said, how they play like a preview of it, you choose if you want to click on it or not. So in the background of the preview, I saw their fireplace. And I think, as a matter of fact, it was her fireplace that made me decide on white, because I had never thought about white before. I think it was her fireplace. It was either hers or one that I looked up on YouTube, DIY cardboard fireplaces, just to get some ideas to go with what I had already done. And so when I looked at hers and I looked at mine, I was like, wait, I can do that. I'm gonna try it. So the only thing is, I don't have any more. So her fireplace, you know how some fireplaces take that whole wall, right? That piece that go up. So hers was, my fake bricks, but hers, the bricks, it went up. Like, say that was the chimney, hers went up that whole wall, right? And then in the middle was a big mirror. I was there looking at, and then I was looking at her, and I said, I can do that. I could do that. Like, I was like, I would have to go to the dollar store. I would have to buy the boards. I would have to get at least, oh my God, like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6, because I wouldn't go all the way up to the ceiling because I can't even reach up there. I would have to get 6 of them. And then I was like, it was a big mirror, like, and her mirror was round. I mean, I could do a big mirror, but again, I would have to go to the dollar store. I would have to purchase a bunch of mirrors, hot glue them together, hot glue them to the back of a board, and then I would have to also go to the dollar store to get the little sticky things in order to stick the boards on the wall where you're not damaging the walls. I was like, okay, now how can I do this my way without try not to spend money? So then my wheels started turning. I was like, all right. I still have cardboards left, right? I got to cut this. I still have cardboard left. So I was like, okay, I can cut the cardboard to fit. The other cardboard I have, I can make my bricks. I still have some white paint. I can paint my bricks and the back of the cardboard. And what I started to do last night was that, cut out everything. And then I was like, okay, maybe something for them to do, they can paint it, right? And then once they're done painting it, and then, like I said, I thought maybe I should have did that last night because then it would have been dry. It would have been dry. But I felt like maybe they would have fun doing it. This nut is laying on my tablet. He just lay on everything. I was like, okay, so this would be perfect for them. This would be perfect for them. And I would have to definitely put my mask on maybe because I don't want to, have any type of, from the cardboard and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I was like, oh, I can do that. That would be so freaking awesome. And it would look so nice. It would look so nice. And then as far as the mirror, obviously my mirror would not be as big. But I'm thinking the pictures that I already have up here, 1, 2, these 3 are the exact same size, but I would need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I was thinking this one big black frame that I have, I could use as a mirror. I would have to paint it white, or should I leave it black? I don't know. And then my pictures would have to come off that particular wall. And I was like, okay, would I put the pictures on this? Let me show you what I was looking at. So I'm like, my pictures would have to come off that wall, right? And I was like, should I put them on this wall over here? Should I put them back here on the wall? I don't know, because the fireplace. Let me show y'all what I was thinking of doing though. Let me see if I can find her. Let's see. Let's see if I can find them so I can show y'all. Let's see. Oh, I can't remember their names either, so that I could just go right to it. You know what? Let me see. I did click on it, so let's do this. Because I clicked on it, it's going to be in library. Come on. There it is. The Clements. The Clements. Okay. Now I'm going to show y'all the fireplace. Baby turning 2 years old. Y'all see the fireplace? Can y'all see that? Let's go up close. And the only reason why I can't do my base that way, and I had said that before, was because if somebody was to walk, they would trip. The base would come out too far. Can y'all see this? Stop grabbing on my pants, cat. Look at him. Y'all see it? Right? So this is why I thought at first maybe I should do mine as black, because that black looks nice with this white, right? But it didn't look right. So that's why I did mine as white. But this base, the foot, that's what I wanted. So the fireplace that I had did for my daughter way back when, her base was like this. It was beautiful. I loved it. Her base was like this. But it was a smaller fireplace. But look at behind up here. Y'all see that? They took their bricks all the way up, right? And then put a big mirror there. I was like, I can do that. And then I told y'all I wanted to put plants on the side. Like, look, they got a big lamp here on the side. And I'm like, okay, look at mine. Right? I can't do nothing about the base because, like I said, you don't want people tripping walking by, right? But I can take my brick, instead of all the way to the end, I'm going to bring it here up. Here up. Because that way it almost looked like a, like a chimney. I'm going to bring it like that up. And then put the mirror on the wall in the middle. Like their mirror is sitting on their mantle. But that's because it's pretty high. Right? So I would have to put mine up here. My mantle's not that high. Right? So yeah, I didn't build mine up that high. But yeah, so that means this picture would have to come down. And even this I'm gonna take this and put some white in it. Put white in it. Yeah, so that's just some of my ideas I was thinking about yesterday doing with them. I don't know how I'm gonna execute it. But I am going to get it done. I'm going to do my best. And then this is the picture frame. See, if I have 4 of these, I can hot glue them together and then go to the dollar store and buy mirrors to fill them up and use those. But instead, I'm going to use this as my mirror that's going to go on the top. But I don't know if it'll be wide enough. I don't know. Like, I think I would need a mirror wide like this. Right? And so again, that means I would have to have quite a few mirrors to fill up a board like that. I would. I would have to have quite a few. So that probably part would have to wait, And I don't know, maybe I could use this as well to go on top of it. We'll see. But I don't think these pictures will be able to stay unless I put them on the side. I don't know, y'all. Or like I said, I can put them over on this wall. I'm not sure how, you know. Oh my God, I just had so many ideas in my head last night when I was laying there. I was like, I could do this, you know. So anyway, guys, it's been a while since I've been talking to you. I am going to go ahead and end the video. This part of the video right here. Can I sit back down, cat? Excuse me. Can I get my tablet? Thank you. I appreciate. Like, move. Yeah, I'm thinking if I should go ahead and cut the cardboard. I think I will, y'all. Since I'm sitting here, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on those things, and then that way they come, and it's gonna be so nice today. I don't know. And I'll just talk to y'all later, okay? Bye.